AITA for refusing to let my sister move back into my house. After she betrayed my trust, posted by ThrowawayHomeHaven on our AmITheAsshole hook. I never thought I'd be the kind of person to turn my back on family, but after what my sister did, I'm struggling to find any reason to let her back into my life or my home. I've been called heartless, selfish, and worse, but I need to know, am I the asshole for refusing to let her move back in after she betrayed me in the worst way possible? I'm a 34-year-old single woman, and I've always prided myself on being the reliable one in my family. I've got a decent job as a project manager, a small but cozy house I bought 5 years ago, and a life I've worked hard to build. My younger sister, Lily, 29F, has always been the opposite, charming, impulsive, and perpetually in some kind of chaos. Growing up, we were close despite our differences. I was the planner, the one who made sure we had snacks for movie nights, while Lily was the life of the party, always dragging me into her wild ideas. 2 years ago, Lily hit rock bottom. She'd been bouncing between jobs, racking up credit card debt, and had just gotten out of a toxic relationship. She showed up at my doorstep one night, sobbing with nowhere else to go. I didn't hesitate. I let her move into my spare bedroom, told her she could stay as long as she needed, and even helped her get back on her feet. But what happened next completely shattered our relationship, and now I'm torn about whether I'm being too harsh by keeping her out of my life. Background and setting. Let's set the scene. My house is a modest 3-bedroom in a quiet suburban neighborhood. It's nothing fancy, but it's mine, and I love it. There's a little garden out front where I grow herbs, a cozy living room with a big window overlooking the street, and a spare room I'd turned into a guest space for friends or family. When Lily moved in, I gave her that room, no questions asked. I figured it would be temporary, a few months maybe, until she found a job in an apartment. Lily's always been a whirlwind. She's got this infectious laugh and a knack for making everyone feel like they're her best friend. But she's also reckless. Think maxing out credit cards on spontaneous trips or quitting jobs because she didn't vibe with her boss. I thought letting her stay with me would be a chance for her to reset, maybe grow up a little. I set some ground rules. Pay $200 a month toward utilities, way below market rent. Keep the place tidy, and respect my space. She agreed, and for the first few weeks, things were fine. She got a job as a barista, started paying her share, and even cooked dinner a few times. I was hopeful. Conflict. The trouble started about 3 months in. I noticed little things at first. Dishes piling up, her laundry taking over the living room, my favorite mugs going missing. I'd come home from work to find her friends sprawled across my couch, blasting music, or worse, evidence of parties I hadn't been told about. I'm not a prude, but I'm an introvert, and my home is my sanctuary. I'd ask Lily to clean up or give me a heads up about guests, and she'd laugh it off, saying, "Chill, sis, it's just a few friends." I let it slide because I didn't want to be the nagging older sister. Then came the bigger red flags. I started noticing money missing from my emergency cash stash. $50 here, $100 there. I keep a small lockbox in my closet for emergencies, and only Lily knew where it was. When I confronted her, she swore up and down it wasn't her, blaming it on maybe forgetting to lock the door when her friends were over. I wanted to believe her, so I let it go, but I installed a lock on my bedroom door and moved the lockbox to a safer spot. The real betrayal came 6 months into her stay. I'd been saving for a big trip to Japan, a dream I'd had since college. I'd been meticulous, putting away $300 a month into a separate savings account. One day, I logged into my bank account to check my progress and nearly had a heart attack. My savings account was drained. Over $8,000 gone. My stomach dropped. I called the bank, thinking it was fraud, but they confirmed the transactions were authorized. Multiple transfers to a PayPal account I didn't recognize. I confronted Lily that night. She was in the living room, scrolling on her phone, acting like nothing was wrong. Here's how it went. Me. "Lily, did you touch my savings account?" Lily, looking nervous. "What? No. Why would I do that?" Me. "Because $8,000 is gone and the bank says it was transferred to a PayPal account. You're the only one who's been in my office and you know I keep my passwords in my desk." Lily, tearing up. "Okay, fine, it was me. But I was desperate, okay? I owe some people money, and they were threatening me. I was going to pay you back." I was floored. She admitted to snooping through my desk, finding my banking info, and transferring the money to pay off some sketchy loan she'd taken out to start a business with her ex. She swore she'd pay me back as soon as she could, but she had no job. She'd quit the barista gig weeks earlier without telling me, and no plan. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. This wasn't just about the money, it was the violation of trust, the sneaking around, the complete disregard for everything I'd done for her. Rising action. I kicked Lily out that night. I couldn't look at her without feeling sick. I told her to pack her things and leave by morning. She cried, begged, and said she had nowhere to go, but I was done. I drove her to a friend's place and told her not to contact me until she could pay me back or at least show some accountability. My parents got involved, calling me heartless for abandoning my sister. They offered to let her stay with them, but they lived 3 states away, and Lily refused to go, saying she needed to fix things in town. For the next year, I tried to move on. I reported the theft to the police, but since Lily had access to my house and the transfers were technically authorized, they said it was a civil matter. I took her to small claims court and won a judgment for the $8,000, but she had no assets, so it was basically a piece of paper. I picked up extra freelance work to rebuild my savings, but the Japan trip was off the table. Every time I thought about it, I'd get this knot in my chest. Anger, sadness, betrayal, all mixed together. Lily tried reaching out a few times, leaving voicemails about how sorry she was and how she was working on herself. I didn't respond. I couldn't. My parents kept me updated, saying she'd bounced between friends' couches and was trying to get her life together. I felt guilty sometimes, but then I'd remember the empty bank account and harden my heart. Climax fast forward to last month. I got a call from Lily out of the blue. She sounded different, calmer, more serious. She said she'd been sober for 6 months, was working a steady job at a retail store, and had started therapy. She apologized for everything and asked if we could meet to talk. Against my better judgment, I agreed. We met at a coffee shop, and she looked better, healthier. She told me she'd hit rock bottom after I kicked her out, realized she had a problem with impulsive decisions, and was trying to make amends. She even offered to start paying me back $100 a month, though she admitted it would take years. I listened, and part of me wanted to believe her. But I was still so angry. I told her I appreciated the effort but wasn't ready to forgive her. Then she dropped the bombshell. She'd been evicted from her latest apartment and needed a place to stay. She asked if she could move back into my spare room, promising to follow all my rules this time. She said she'd sign a contract, pay rent, whatever I wanted. I froze. The idea of letting her back into my home, my safe space, made my skin crawl. I told her I'd think about it and left. That night, I got a barrage of texts from our mom saying I was being cruel and that Lily was really trying this time. My dad called, too, saying family sticks together and I should give her a chance. Even some mutual friends chimed in, saying I was holding a grudge and punishing her for being human. But all I could think about was the betrayal, the months of stress, the lost dream of Japan. I told Lily no. I said I was happy she was doing better, but I couldn't let her back into my house or my life until I saw real change. And even then, I wasn't sure I could ever trust her again. Resolution. Lily didn't take it well. She sent me a long message saying I was selfish, that I was throwing away our relationship over just money, and that I'd regret cutting her out. My parents are furious, saying I'm breaking the family apart. I'm starting to second-guess myself. I know Lily's trying, and I don't want to be the kind of person who holds a grudge forever, but every time I think about letting her back in, I feel that same knot in my chest. My home is the one place I feel safe, and she violated that. Am I being too harsh? Should I give her another chance? Or am I right to protect my peace? Reflection. Looking back, I wonder if I could have handled things differently. Maybe I should have set stricter boundaries from the start or noticed the red flags sooner. I've always been the fixer in our family, the one who cleans up messes and makes things right. But this time, I don't know if I can, or if I should. Trust is like a broken mug. You can glue it back together, but it's never quite the same. I want to believe Lily's changed, but I also want to protect the life I've built. Reddit, AITA, for refusing to let her move back in? Or am I just guarding my heart after learning the hard way what family can do?